Morning, everybody, and welcome to our debut in MLB The Show 23 Ranked Seasons Online. We're finally taking the field in Diamond Dynasty Online. I've played a couple of events so far, but yeah, for the most part, I haven't really touched online besides that. So hopefully we can actually get somewhere this year in ranked seasons. Before we jump right into it, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the team. Cool transition. Alright, so this is what the team is looking like so far. Honestly, not that bad considering the state we were in the last video. This is much improved. So this is what the lineup's looking like. We got BGO in left, Kondoh in right, Arenado at third, Murakami at first, Urias at second, Kondoh at DH, Adley behind the plate, Lubov in center, and then Rockies' future legend Ezequiel Tovar at short. And then on the bench, we have Bryce Harper, Yu Chang, Prince Harry, I almost said King Harry, and Edouard Julien. And then the rotation, we've got Murakami, who's going to be pitching in the first game. You'll see why I said first game here in a little bit. And then this is what the bullpen looks like. We do have the 97 Ohtani, but I have not finished the WBC program as of this video. And here we go, jumping right into our first game, going up against the New York Gordos, and honestly, it's not a bad team, especially for a starter team. You know, everybody's just getting used to it right out the gate, so honestly, nothing bad. No need to trash talk all these teams while I'm over here rocking this amazing team that a lot of people have already seen. But here we are on the mound with Yoshinobu, Yamamoto, and you're just going to see in this game how absolutely dominant he is. And I don't know if it was because my opponent just wasn't able to put wood on the ball, or if I was just absolutely cracked in this game. But top of the first, 1, 2, 3, and Yamamoto strikes out the side, 1, 2, 3. And our first perfect, and our first at-bat online, BGO is going to be absolutely dominant. I have realized that there is a renaissance of sorts for contact hitters, and I am absolutely stoked because apparently I've been the only one able to use them the past few years. But as you saw, Kondoh grounding into a double play to end... or not to end the first. Arenado grounds out to end the first. Kondoh grounds into a double play. But here we go back with Yamamoto on the mound. And this weird defensive play. I don't know what happened here, but I have noticed that there are a couple of weird defensive animations, as you will see later on as well. It wasn't just that one. But there we go with the curveball. Yamamoto, again, just absolutely dominant. Then we have Munetaka Murakami up at the dish. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get anything going in that at-bat. He ended up grounding out or flying out. I can't remember. But then Luis Urias hits this out to center field, and Lars Nootbaar, for whatever reason, decides to dive on the play. And Urias is just running for days out there. And I thought about sending him home, but then I realized that it was way too risky, and I'd rather just take the triple. If anybody in the comments wants to let me know what the hell happened on that defensive play, please let me know. And then Robinson Cano here, grounding it to the second baseman, and my opponent making yet another incredible baseball move by throwing it home instead of getting the sure out at first. So not only did I just score, but now I also have a runner on first. But it doesn't matter because next, Adley Rutschman just decides to loop this one out to the center fielder. And yeah, if this guy's thrown to first base on a fly out, you already know what kind of game we're about to play. Luis Robert lining it into right field. And the weird thing about that play is that actually got credited in E3. And I don't know how or why, but future Rockies legend Ezequiel Tovar, well, I mean, he's a current Rockies legend, but future all-star Ezequiel Tovar lining one into center and bringing home an extra run. And then I decide to send him to second, and my opponent, for some reason, I guess playing it safe, decides to loop it over to third. And then BGO, I assume he was terrified of what happened last time, so he walks BGO. And then Kondoh sends one up the middle base hit, 2 runners score, Biggio advances to third on the play. And then we have Nolan Arenado up at the plate with runners on the corners, and then Derek Jeter with an absolute web gem over at shortstop. We gotta take this one to the replay vault. The Zschwa Replay Center, brought to you by no one. This is just an absolutely legendary play. I mean, just... Even though Jeter probably wouldn't make this play in real life, I'm not going to discredit it in the video game. That's just incredible. And now it's time to bring you back to things that you already knew. Again, Yoshinobu Yamamoto absolutely dominating, getting my opponent there on the splitter, and then Lars Nootbaar. Here we get him swinging on the curveball. That is strikeout number 8. And then here on the cutter, strikeout number 9. He has 9 strikeouts in 3 innings. Just pure dominance. Then Munetaka Murakami is lining this one into the left center field gap, where he will end up at second with a double. That is our first hit with the Japanese Babe Ruth on line. And then here, Luis Urias sending this one out to the center fielder, and here we are tagging up with him, and that was just a stupid base running mistake on my part. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because Robinson Cano hitting that beautiful PP perfect, and keeping us alive here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And then Adley Rutschman steps up to the plate. Have not been doing that well with him, not going to lie to you, so he probably won't be on the team for much longer, but he flies out to center field to end the 3rd inning. Hate to play spoiler here, but this is unfortunately the last inning you will see me pitch with Yamamoto because of what you will see here in a little bit. But in this outing, he managed to strike out every single batter he faced, so that is correct. He had 12 strikeouts in 4 innings. And then here we are in the bottom of the 4th, Luis Robert lining this one into the right center field gap, getting onto second base with a lead-off double. And it's just not getting good for my opponent now. And then here we are with another weird defensive animation that obviously wasn't going to catch me or anybody else off guard, but Biggio brings home a run, and here we go again with yet another weird defensive animation. Bryce Harper can't hang on in left field, only had about 67 fielding. I checked because I wanted to see why he didn't make the catch. And then here we are with Arenado, and he bloops that one in, and my opponent can't make the catch, unfortunately. And then Munetaka Murakami just doing what he does best and absolutely sending this out into the bullpen. And once again, bringing you back to the Zschwa Replay Center, brought to you by absolutely no one. And Murakami is just absolutely insane. If you do not pick him in the XP reward path, I think you're absolutely insane. This kid is a stud. And that was the final blow for my opponent. But guess what? I'm not done yet. We are going into a second online game because I'm going to give the people what they want, and the people will want just more content, baby. So guess what? We're going to make some more content. Alright, so here we are, throwing Taijuan Walker onto the mound. My opponent, not a very good team. Again, everybody's just starting out. We are still very low in the rankings. So these first couple of games are going to be very easy. And, I mean, just look at that. Craig Biggio, perfect right off the bat. Lead off home run, and right out the gate, my opponent. I'm not expecting good things from this opponent. It's just not gonna end well, you know. You just feel it in your bones every once in a while, and this one I felt like it wasn't gonna be fully played, especially how the first one played out. But let's pick it up here, back in the top of the 2nd, and yeah, so far nothing too crazy happening. Ever since that leadoff home run, neither of us were really able to get much of anything going. Taijuan Walker striking out Hilton Smith here, one of the Negro League legends that you can get from the storylines. Hopefully I can complete those here fairly soon so I can play with those cards as well. And then my opponent bunts and strikes out, and when you see your opponent bunt, you've lost all hope. This is, you already know the kind of thing you're going to get yourself into. And right here, Kensuke Kondoh just absolutely sending this one into the bleachers. Wasn't a perfect, but it was still absolutely launched. And then Arenado flying out to the right fielder to end things here in the top of the third. And then here we are going into the bottom of the third, and just more strikeouts, more absolute dominance from the pitching core, and my opponent once again bunting, but this time he actually gets on. So it looks like bunting still is a little wonky. It's been a little wonky for a while, but if I see you taking leads like that, I'm just gonna have to pick you off. I'm a pick-off artist. I'm a pick-off master. And then here in the top of the fourth, he's starting to throw behind me. And you guys should already know where this is going. It's not gonna end. I mean, it was leading up to this point, and it really is just sad. Please do not be a player like this. So yeah, we're just gonna roll a clown compilation of how not to play ranked seasons. Yeah, just pure stupidity. I do not understand why you get so mad that you just start beaning my guys. And he actually threw me a real pitch, as you see right there, but then immediately afterwards, he decides to bean Tovar, and then immediately after that, my opponent gets kicked for griefing, and that's the end of the game. Really unfortunate way to end it. Again, if you play like this, I beg you, please do not. But before we end this video real quick, I just wanted to rip a couple of packs. These are the first few packs that I'll be ripping on the channel. I probably won't be ripping them all the time, at least for the time being, until I finish collections and get all of the fun stuff. But once we get all the fun stuff out of the way, then we will obviously be opening packs galore. But yeah, nothing really too crazy coming out of these packs so far. Off camera, I've only really pulled... I believe I've only pulled one diamond. It was a Trey Turner. But yeah, I ended up selling him, getting a couple of extra packs, or ended up getting a couple of extra collections complete. So far, I've gotten a pretty good chunk of them. Still working on flipping cards and working the market and trying to get all this stuff. There's just so much content right out the gate. It's impossible to keep track of. But here we are. The Silver Pack King is myself. I am claiming that title. I have pulled so many diamonds out of silver packs. People on my friends list are practically sick of it. Here we pull Michael Harris. First diamond of the video, first diamond pull on the channel this year. And honestly, I don't know how many diamond pulls we are going to get this year. But after these couple of packs, I decided to go back and pick up a couple more. You'll see that here eventually. But yeah, I just think flipping the cards and then buying the cards from the packs is better than buying the pack itself and trying to pull it that way. But I still really enjoy just opening packs just for the slight possibility of getting an insane pull and then getting a reaction that I can post on the channel. Like my Vlad Guerrero Jr. or my Fernando Tatis Jr. from way back in the MLB The Show 19 days. But we're going to end this video off on a JT Real Muto pull, and now I'm going to send it back to me. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, because every single time you do, I personally hand deliver this video to you guys. That's right, I hand deliver it to all of my subscribers. Thanks, I accept checks in the mail. But thanks for tuning in. Don't do anything stupid. Have a good rest of your morning.